Okay, so we're going to do every other even. And I wonder if you can actually hear my Alexa in the background. That's my daughter playing, I have no idea what on the Alexa, but I can hear it pretty clear. So I wonder if you guys could hear it. Okay, let's do 125. So 125 is 5 and 25, and then 5 and 5. And then my r to the 13th is r squared, r squared, r squared. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, just kidding. 5, 6, and then an R. Because remember, there's 13 of them, right? So 2 R's, and another 2 R's, and another 2 R's. 6 of those pairs would make 12, and then plus 1 more. So now, group some pairs. These are all separately paired. So now, my square root of that is the square root of 25. Square root of 5, square root of r squared, square root of r squared, square root of r squared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a root r. So let's see. So that gives me not a 25, a 5, r to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, r to the 6, and then root 5r. So 5r to the 6th, root 5r. Okay, not 4, number 6. So there's a way to reduce this. So this is the same thing as 1 over q to the 14 minus 8, all square rooted. So this is the square root of 1 over q to the 6th. And then now, this is the same thing as the square root of 1 over the square root of q squared, and a q squared. So that gives me 1 over q to the 3rd. I don't mean to skip steps, but this is square root of q squared, square root of q squared, and square root of q squared. So there's 3 of them. Okay? All right. So 1 over q cubed. Q cubed. Okay. Feels like we just did one like this. Okay, so 45 is the same thing as 5 and 9, and then 3 and 3. I have 1, 2, 3 R's, and then I have 10 S's, which is basically 5 pairs of S's, because 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, so now I have the square root of 9 in the top, the square root of r squared, the square root of r, all in the top, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 s squareds. So this gives me 3r root r and then s to the 5th. 3r root r over s to the 5th. Okay. Not 12, 14. So I'm going to probably... what I would do here is this is the square root of 100, and then I have the square root of 36, and then I would have in the numerator the square root of x to the 5 minus 3. So this gives me 10 root x squared over 6, so then I get 10x over 6. So then I can reduce and I get 5x over 3. Okay. Ooh, my handwriting is terrible right now. 5x over 3. Not 16. 18, I think, is the last one. So, yes. Okay, so 18. I'm going to reduce, so that gives me 16. That gives me 9. So this is the square root. I'm not going to make it that big. Square root of 16. Square root of x squared. That's 2. That's 4. That's... Oh, I should simplify this first. Scratch that. Let us simplify. So this is the square root of 16, x to the 5 minus 3. And then y to the 3 minus 1. So then I'm left with 9 in the bottom. So then this is the square root of 16x squared, y squared over 9. So this is square root of 16, a square root of x squared, square root of y squared over the square root of 9. So that would give me 4xy over 3. And then that is it for every other even.